Hello, everyone. This story and final update at the moment comes from the subreddit r/infidelity by user ThrowRA5 Ashton. The story is titled, Update, Her Makeup Gave Her Away. It was last updated March of 2024. Just before we get into this, I would like to thank everyone for clicking on and watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, consider liking and subscribing. Every little bit helps and would benefit me greatly. Now, let's dive right into this. Recap. I caught my wife, Lucy, having an affair with a married coworker. I put a note in her go bag saying, "Come home, I know." She got home and confessed to seeing him for over 2 months and begged for forgiveness. She said she would do anything to stay together. I made her call him and handed me the phone. I introduced myself and said I know everything. Best confess to your wife before she finds out from me, and I hung up. I had recorded my wife's confession and sent a copy to his wife. I told Lucy she had to confess to both our parents about what she did. My parents were upset, but her parents practically disowned her. The next day her AP went to work early and turned in his notice. Before leaving he threw my wife under the bus and confessed most of their trysts happened in the afternoons on company time. I met with a lawyer and got divorce proceedings underway. We did go to therapy where I got to ask a lot of uncomfortable questions and let her know how badly she hurt me. Afterward, she made me some ludicrous offers, an open-ended hall pass, opening the marriage, and other sexual favors. I told her 2 wrongs don't make it right and I wasn't the one that wanted an open marriage. Last Thursday she got served, and I dodged her phone calls all day. I had a neighbor couple with me at the house when she got there and they were witness to her tantrum. She threw several items at me while yelling and screaming. The police were called and they arrived in time to see her launch a glass at me. After getting the story from all 4 of us, they asked if I wanted to press charges, which I declined. They told her she needed to find someplace other than here to spend the night and walked her in while she packed a bag. Her sister showed up and got her to go home to her apartment. Upon hearing about the events at my house, my lawyer wasted no time in getting a restraining order against my wife. When she got the RO she had a panic attack and/or a nervous breakdown and had to be taken to the where they kept her until Tuesday morning. Sunday her sister came by the house and packed up the rest of her things and took them back to her place. I asked how Lucy was doing but got nothing from her sister but some attitude. Tuesday morning her lawyer finally reached out to mine and they have meetings scheduled to talk about a settlement. At my lawyer's request, I have an appointment with a therapist he recommended for later in the week. A sincere shout out to several of you who have let me vent and offered encouragement privately. Topo241 said, I think it's best you press charges if it's not too late. I believe you have a certain window if you decide to change your mind, which you should. Deleted user said this. Pressing charges could keep her from gaining anything in the divorce. It would also keep her in debt enough to possibly stop funding her divorce lawyer. They won't give a public defender due to income if she can afford a divorce lawyer and is working. So she'll let the divorce lawyer go to pay for her criminal defense lawyer and you'll win the divorce, and she'll settle for a lesser charge in court. OP said her lawyer isn't going to drop her because he knows he can get his fees out of her settlement. My lawyer was tickled pink with just the police report and the RO. Besides, she never actually hit me with anything she threw. But if she violates the RO, that's a different story. Jokester_316 said this shows a lot about her sister. She must condone the cheating or was probably aware of it while it was happening. Or maybe she's a cheater, too. At this point, you need to go completely no contact with your STBXW. Let your attorney do their job. Now, it just comes down to the division of assets and debts. If you own your home, be prepared to sell to split any equity. You could buy out her equity with a settlement, but then you'd stay in the house that has so many memories. A fresh start helped me out. You've done really well going through this traumatic experience. Now is the time you need to concentrate on your own healing. Grieve the loss of your marriage and the planned future you were going to share. Go to a rage room. Get out in nature. Scream at the sky to get it all out. You didn't deserve this betrayal, but life isn't fair. I know it may seem like time is standing still, but your divorce will be over in a matter of months. Start thinking of what you want your future to be. Once you've got an idea, put a plan in action to help you achieve that goal. You will survive this. OP said she was genuinely shocked at the dinner when Lucy told her parents. I think she thought I was going to reconcile after going to therapy. Plus she is having to deal with her sister's crap since her parents are not getting involved or helping any. Flyganos K said, OP, you have done well, you obtain what you needed from the therapy and her, about her actions. Now she got what she deserved, because you clearly told her that by doing the exposure, talking her AP to cut ties and do all the other things did not necessarily mean that she would get the second chance. She betrayed you and lied to you. About Susan, she also got what she deserved, by giving her loyalty to a person that for what you said she come to be friends the length of your relationship with Lucy, and she choose her instead of you. I think that she also always leak some secrets or feeling you have about Lucy or marriage and leak those to her. But in the end she also got what she deserved. May I ask something that you mentioned in your last post? If so, can you tell us what was her answer to the questions of who else knew of her affair? Well, OP, I wish you luck and that all the process went well and that you get out of this the best way possible. Note. Also the nerve of her sister to be mad at you for choosing what was correct for you after her sister's doings and adultery. UPDATEME. OP said. According to Lucy, Susan and a coworker where she works were the only two who knew. But that was from the mouth of a cheater under duress, so you can take it for what it's worth. From what her sister told me after Lucy's confession at her parents' house while I was waiting on Lucy outside and her reaction at the dinner table, I don't believe she had a clue what her sister was up to. Original King 1408 said also, what about POS AP? Do you know how OBS reacted? OP said, AP moved on and is already working for a new company. According to Lucy, his wife made him change jobs. She is using his children as leverage over him and divorcing him. I haven't had contact with either one of them since I sent the recording to his wife. He is very bitter and blames Lucy's taped confession for his current situation, which was the reason he threw her under the bus when he resigned. This is Astupidiname Zero said, what about Susan? Any more interactions with her since your last post? OP said, we don't interact at work since she is in a separate department on a different floor. Neither of us has reached out to the other. Her replacement started last week and on Thursday, D-Day, I took the whole team to my gym for a team building exercise. We had a private workout class and played pickleball. I hate pickleball, but it's a fun group outing. My gym is a couple of blocks from the office and I talked my boss into giving them all a membership, including their SOs, about a $4,000 perk. Everyone loves that gym and I have hosted team events there before, so they were pumped about their new perk. My admin, who still talks with Susan, said Susan was upset when I announced her replacement and was absolutely livid when she found out about the memberships. So I don't think that relationship is going to get better anytime soon. It seems that OP's ex-wife is buckling under the stress of her own doing. She needs to control herself or someone is going to get hurt. I believe that OP did the right thing in not pressing charges. No one got hurt, and pressing charges would drag this ordeal even longer than it needs to be. OP needs to just move on and not be tied down by his ex-wife and focus on the future and his well-being. That only happens when this divorce is over and done. Not pressing charges would still work in OP's favor, as everyone would see that he just wants to get this over with. The RO would be good enough for now, unless the ex-wife breaks it. I don't get why OP's sister-in-law is giving him the attitude. When all of this was her own sister doing and it is not even OP's fault. In the end, it is best for OP to just cut contact with everyone on ex-wife family's side.